sorry about that. I just suddenly burst out of that song. I didn't even practice that one. I already forgot about it. Anyway, I have here my YJM Strat from 2021, which I bought in 2022. By the way, good morning everyone, and thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Before I continue, I'd like to give thanks to all the subscribers that I have, and to those who haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and like and share the video if you want to, and thanks so much. So again, I have this guitar, the Fender Yngwie Malmsteen Strat from 2021. My guess is this was made in 2021, but it arrived in the store in 2022, and I bought it around May of 2022. It's been about almost 2 years now, and I've had a few questions online on how I like this guitar compared to my other guitars. By the way, I have 4 YJM Strats, and so far this is the best one. In terms of playability, the neck side, the neck shape, and the neck profile, it's quite comfortable. I would have to say that this is my favorite YJM Strat. If I have to sell some of my YJM Strat, this will not go. Most likely the one that will go is the 2015 Japanese one, because that one has a D-shaped neck. My 2021 Japanese one has a thick U-shaped neck, which I feel more comfortable with than a D-shaped neck. But I'm not sure if the 2015 YJM Japan that I have has changed in size, because I feel like the neck on that one is quite narrow compared to the 2021 Japanese one that I have. I don't know if the guitar has shrunk or the wood has shrunk. I don't think so, but that guitar has a narrow neck, but the neck is not very thin, and it is thin, but it's not quite as thin as the USA one, this one. And it has a D-shaped neck, so that would probably go first if I'm going to sell it. But I'm not going to sell it. And so compared to that one and this one still wins because of the shape of the neck. In 2017, I bought a USA Malmsteen Strat, which is rosewood neck, a rosewood fretboard, and that one felt like the neck is a bit thicker, and I guess because of the fretboard that they add in on top, it just makes it like a lot thicker than just the maple one. I would compare that to, that's a USA one, I would compare that to my Japanese 2021 model. They feel the same in terms of neck girth, like neck feel, but unfortunately I had to sell it in 2019 to fund for my medication, because 2019 I got a kidney transplant. By the way, yesterday was my 5th year of my kidney transplant, so thank God for that. And because of that, I had to sell that guitar, and I kind of regret it, because now the YJM Strat here where I live, the price has gone really up. Like this one, when I bought this, it was about $700 less than the time now. I mean, the price of this is $700 less than the price of it now, which is quite expensive. And before that, I would always look at the website, and whenever there's a YJM Strat in stock for the on the website, it will always be sold out. But now it's been a few months, they've replenished the stocks and nobody's buying because the tax has gone up and the price, the inflation has gone up. So I don't think I'm gonna buy any more guitars this year because it's really quite expensive. Anyway, back to this guitar. As I've said, this one always wins with all my other YGM guitars, especially those that I made into YGM specs, because I think I got lucky with this one. Someone from the factory must have been like thinking about something, and while he was doing his neck shaping and detailing of the wood before the finishing, I think he did a lot of like removing of the material, because if you can, I don't know if you can notice it from here, the neck is quite thin, and the shape is, I know it's supposed to be a C, but it's a very thin C, almost like no, I cannot compare this one to any other guitars because it's the thinnest one. I have a 2007 one, the one that I mistakenly refretted and ruined the nitro finish on the fretboard. That one still feels a bit thicker than this one, so I would still say that this one is the best neck shape, and it kind of makes me feel like it's very easy to play. Yeah, so, and I replaced the volume knob, volume potentiometer to a Borns potentiometer. So Borns brand is basically what the AVH high speed and YGM high speed potentiometer is without the branding. So if you wanna replace your potentiometers to very fast ones, find the Borns brand, and it's half the price of the YGM and EVH potentiometer, but it's technically the same, only that the YGM and the EVH has a branding on the back. This one doesn't have. I think this one is about 6 USD, 7 USD, and I guess the YGM and the EVH is about $15-16. So it's double the price, but it's the very same thing. And it feels really nice. An issue I had with it is when I got this, so it has it's like very white when I got it. It's very fresh from the store, and very fresh from the factory, then probably arrived at the store. And that day when I went there, I was looking for a different guitar. I didn't know that this was in stock, and this was actually over my budget that time. My budget was half of the price of this, but when I saw this and I asked the store clerk there, he handed me the guitar, and I felt like, oh, the neck is really nice, and I just couldn't resist on not buying it, so I bought it. Anyway, what else do I have to talk about? So the issue was, when I bought it and brought it home, after a few days, the fret started tarnishing. No, originally it had a finish over the fret wires. So of course, when it comes in, I would always clean up the fret wires, remove the finish, and try and see if there are any high frets. And unfortunately, there were a lot. Plus, the fret wires were not like crowned properly. Some of them were flat, and I had to spot level a lot of the fret wires to stop the buzzing. There was some buzzing when it first came in. So they were buzzing when it first came in, especially around this area. And I had to set it up, and I just couldn't remove the buzz. So after spot leveling all the high frets in this area, I taped the 12th fret, and then I leveled the 12th to the 21st to an angle, not flat, to an angle. I took a small amount of material from the fret wires, and after that crowned it and did everything for like normal fretwork. And after that, the buzzers were gone. And you would think that a guitar this expensive would not need any setting up or fretwork after it goes out of the factory. But unfortunately, in reality, that is not how it is like before. Now, because there's so many guitars that they make, and some workers are just really trying to reach a quota, I guess. You don't get that very high quality setup when it leaves the factory. As long as it's playable, nobody will care if some fret here is buzzing or what. So yeah, the first issue I got was after I removed the finish on the fret wires, polish it, re-crown, re-level, re-crown, so it's very shiny. After 2 days, started having this like green mold. I don't know if it's still there now, if you can see it, but it's I mean, I've had this same problem with my 2007 one. Like I said, when I got that in 2013, the first one I got, it also had this green like patina, or I don't know if it's mold or patina, that started developing on the fret wire. So I had to polish and polish and polish. And it seemed to me that, oh, by the way, had the molds on the case. The case, by the way, is a tweed case, just a normal tweed case, but it has like a coating of nitrocellulose outside of the case, which is unusual for me. I mean, I don't know if all the USA cases now has that, but most of the cases that I bought, which are not G&G but are Fender branded, the classic cases and the standard ones, they don't have that coating on the tweed. It's just this one that I bought with this guitar has I think it's nitro finish coating on the tweed case, I guess to protect the guitar or what. But I've noticed that in my Gibson guitar, which is also nitro, I also have that problem, like the green molding on the hardware, especially in the bridge. I mean, I don't have that problem with my other guitars, just the guitars with the nitro finish. So after a while, I saw that the case was starting to mold. There were molds, so I had to clean it up outside. And the hardware on this one, after 2 months, I guess, it started tarnishing because of that. I guess it's mold or patina. It started patina. I can say if it's patina or just mold. So I had to clean everything. I had to dismantle this. I had to dismantle the whole bridge. The tuners were not affected, just the fret wires. So I had to dismantle the whole bridge. The spring claw at the back also had a problem, and the springs. Actually, the springs now is a bit tarnished. My other USA one from 2007, I mean 2013 that I bought, still hasn't. I mean the spring hasn't tarnished yet. So I don't know what happened to this. I've noticed that on my Gibson too. The fret wires started just tarnishing, having that green mold. So I had to clean it up. And this one, for this guitar, so the whole bridge, I mean the saddles, most of the saddles were tarnished, having that mold, and I had to remove everything and put it in a ultrasonic cleaner, and then after that clean everything and polish everything. So now it's almost back to its original shine, but I had to do some work because of that. And this is the only guitar that had that problem, aside from the Gibson. For the Gibson, it was the fret wire became tarnished. Had to polish it for 2 or 3 times, and then some of the tuners of the Gibson one, it was tarnished, but I haven't done any cleaning on that one. Just the fret wires, because Gibson is, I mean, I don't play a lot of my Les Paul, so that was the issue I had. So far the guitar is holding well. I mean, I don't use it that much. I don't know if you can see the edge of the neck heel is protruding outside of the heel part of the body, because somebody from the factory must have just sanded off too much and went over. It's actually quite a lot. You can still see the back plate there is also protruding, but it's not giving me any issue at all. No tuning issue. In fact, it feels like this place is quite my hands feel like it's quite free in here when I go here. When I do that, it's kind of more of a benefit than more of an advantage than a disadvantage. Somebody from the comment section asked me what the size of on the 12th fret is. It's about 50 millimeters. The Fender Japan is on the size of the Fender Japan 2021 is 50.6, so it's not really that far. It's just that how they made the neck in Japan is very different from USA, and I would always prefer a USA one. That time that I bought the Fender Japan 2021, there was no stock for the USA one, and but if there was, I would probably buy the USA one too. But I mean, I don't regret buying it. So maybe I have to buy another one in the future with the rosewood fretboard, because this is really a dream guitar of mine. I started having I started wanting this guitar since 2005, when I was just barely anyway, that's a different story. I'm not gonna talk about it. And so since then, it's been a great dream of mine to have this guitar, and finally have it. It's quite nice. At first I thought it was just like normal. When you buy something, you have a dream guitar, and you buy the guitar, it doesn't feel like very great, you know. You feel like you feel mixed emotions. I mean, for me, I felt mixed emotions. Like, it's not as great as I wanted it to be, but it's nice to know that I have one. Like, this is the guitar of my favorite guitarist. So whenever I look at a YouTube video, I would think I know that I have a guitar like that, and it's a very nice feeling for me. I cannot play like him, but at least I can buy his gear. And play like a clown. So the nut is not as nice as the 2007 one. This one seems like they just put I mean, they didn't clean it up. I had to sand it down. It was quite tall. I mean, the nut is quite tall, but also the nut slot, the slot height is not really perfect. So I had to file it down a bit to standard to my standard height. It's not perfect, but I've done a lot of hard work to make it perfect for me. And to me, that's the essence of buying a guitar. You buy a guitar, and giving it a little bit of work will give you that sentimental value. For me, that's how it is, because whenever I work on a new guitar, that's mine. If I buy it brand new and it doesn't feel like it's like to my liking, and to be honest with you, many years ago, it was very hard to get a guitar with jumbo fret wires. Most jumbo fret wires would come in more expensive guitars, and now you can get it everywhere. I don't know if it's because of the manufacturing now, or the places where they make it and you can buy it online immediately. I mean, most of the manufacturers now use either medium jumbo or jumbo. But in my time when I was young, you can only buy a Strat that has very thin. Even the cheaper ones, they only have very thin fret wires. And because of that, I had to think about. I had to dream about the Strat with jumbo fret wires and YJM pickups and scallop neck. So it was all a dream before I finally got it, and it's nice to know that I have the guitar. Now I already forgotten what my point is, but yeah. If you ask me if the guitar is a lot better than the Japanese one, no. It's a lot better in playability. The Japanese one looks really a lot cooler, almost more like I would say a true vintage in dimensions. They would just, even the shape of the headstock, I feel like they have the extended, because the Japanese one has a smaller circle in here in the headstock, and the slightly smaller curve on this one. So the Japanese one has a shorter length in headstock, very tad smaller circle, and a smaller curve in here. Plus they have this like very sharp corners. They don't round it, Maybe next time we should talk about Japanese versus USA ones. We'll definitely do a video on that. Through the years, I've been obsessed with Fender Japan and Fender USA, that I've noticed a lot of small details from the Fender Japan and Fender USA models, even though they're just replicas of each other. So yeah, that's it for now, and I don't know if I've mentioned anything else that needs to be mentioned about this guitar. Aside from it's great, got the issue of molding on the, I don't know if you guys know why the hardware just started tarnishing even though I polish it. My guess is because of the temperature here in Singapore and the nitro finish. Humidity here in Singapore and nitro finish doesn't mix well. That's the only answer that I have in my head. But so far the guitar, I've made some works. Made some effort to do some works and re-leveling, re-crowning, polishing and all this, cleaning and everything. It's perfect for me now. I don't have any problems with it now. And in fact, because I think it's too perfect, I don't use it a lot. I just put it inside the case. Sometimes I would look at it, check if there's tarnishing, and if it's okay, then I'm gonna put it back. I'm just gonna play the other guitars that I have. Those other guitars that I have made into YJM specs. They are harder to play, but I guess resistance makes you better in terms of playing guitar. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. And if you're not subscribed yet, again, please subscribe and like the video. Share it if you want, although there's not much to share about this video, but that will truly be a big help. So once again, thank you and bye for now.